What's so annoying to me is when I want to make a song and I have a responsibility to make one, but I just don't. I just like can't do it. I feel like I've taken like 2 extra months to finish the Mario's Modules soundtrack, and that's just unacceptable, honestly. I just don't. Some days I don't have ideas, and sometimes things come up, and it's really, really hard to make music sometimes. And I just feel like a piece of shit because the game has been almost finished for like fucking 2 months, I think. And it's just had like no finished songs. There's work on like every song. They're almost there, but none of them are all the way through. None of them are done. And I think that's crazy. It's somebody should like, that I work on a project with, somebody that I work on a game with, should call me out on this. Because I just don't do things on time. I have like no work ethic. It's crazy. I'm doing this and complaining to test my microphone mostly, but I'm just complaining instead of doing it. I could be doing music right now, and I'm not. If I sat down and tried doing music, I probably wouldn't get anywhere. Because it's like, fuck, what time is it? It's 5:51 a.m. I woke up at like 2 p.m. last night, because I just ruined my sleep. I just don't get any sleep. I play like Minecraft and then I go to sleep. It's just not sustainable. It's just irresponsible. I have a responsibility to be making this soundtrack and I'm just not doing it. I know I'm not getting paid for it, but I really, really like attention and I want it to come out. And I'm just like, oh, imagine how people will react to this. Time to read more Patchmaker comments. Oh, I hope there's a new comment on the Cow Quack uploads of the soundtrack. I'm not gonna upload more of my music because it's annoying to upload stuff. Like, it's just absurd how lazy I can be when it comes to my passion. It makes sense to be a little bit hesitant to work on like something boring that you hate. But I really like making music. It's one of my favorite things. It's so fun. And I just have not been doing it. Maybe because it's expected of me. I can't really put my finger on it. But I'm sorry, Rover. And I'm sorry, Cowquack, for that matter. You know, 2 of the songs that I submitted for Patchmaker, they were added in an update, if you didn't know. If you don't remember, 1.0 released. And the Pokey boss fight, Pushpin Pokey, it just had a placeholder track from Zelda because it wasn't finished. I just didn't have, well, I had plenty of time. I just didn't have the motivation and I didn't get it out. And he's like, oh, we're doing Fangame Marathon. We want to get it out by now. I just froze up. How many songs did I rush? Thorn Thicket Cliffs was made like 4 years ago, I think, at this point. 3 or 4. Because it was the first song that I helped with. Cowquack made it and wanted help expanding it, and I was on the team from there. And Stone Terror City came quickly after. A couple songs, I guess. There was an early Gold Soaked Sky that came out. There was just like a 2-year break where I wasn't doing much. I don't think Cowquack was actively developing for very long. He said there's a hiatus or some sort. I just did not make any music for the game. All of my submissions were either way at the beginning of development or way at the end. You go into the hub world in Patchmaker, and it's a song that I made like last year. You go into the level with Thorn Thicket Cliffs, and it's a fucking song from 3 or 4 years ago. It's crazy, it's insane. I just have not been afforded that same amount of time with Mario's Modules, for good reason. It's not reasonable to ask, oh, can you make your game slower? No, it needs music. And it needs it faster than I'm putting it out. Like, I'm just not used to working on stuff. I feel like people are going to be disappointed by it. Like, I honestly feel like people are going to say, oh, the person who made Patchmaker music is working on this. I like some of those songs. Oh, they're trying to mix? I am so used to just making a song with, like, a sound font from a game, and then it's meant to be imported with sequence music, like, just the instruments from the game being played back. Mario's Modules is all streamed music, because I don't know how to make the M64 files, and Rover, I think he does, maybe, but he wouldn't want to work on implementing all of them. It's a lot of work. Thank you, Cowquack, for doing that, by the way. I didn't have to learn anything. No, seriously, thank you. In this case, all of it's streamed, which I'm like, oh, I better not just make these SM64 tracks. I better make them good. I better learn to mix better and experiment with weird effects and instruments from an old sample library and a bunch of drum loops, and it's just so hard to get that to sound good with my normal style and what I'm used to. I'm basically just not used to it. I'm doing a style I've never done before, or at least hardly have, that I found out in like 2 to 3 months of working on this, and I need it done now. And I put that on myself because I had time, and I still have I have time right now, and this is what I'm doing with my time. My excuse is I'm testing my microphone. I don't need to test it this long. I know it works. Gosh, I hope people like it. I hope people like the Mario's Modules soundtrack. It's my first time doing a full soundtrack that is all me. To the best of my knowledge, it is all me. I'm not sure if he's brought on any other people for it. I feel like he would have told me. I don't think so. But yeah, people are mostly going to be hearing me. And Rover tracks get like a baseline of quite a bit of attention. Like, people are aware of Rover. It's scary. It's very scary to me because I was so nonchalant about Patchmaker. Like, oh yeah, people will see it. And then I freaked out when people saw it. But I'm going into this knowing, oh, people are going to listen to my songs. And they might be super repetitive. I don't know if they are. Because if you're making songs, you're already annoyed by them because you've heard them 37 times by the time that you export it once. And then you come back and listen to it 100 more times, and you're sick of it. You're used to being sick of your own music until you wait a bit, and then they're fine. You can't come in with fresh ears and be like, oh, this part loops too much, or this is a grating sound, because all of it's a grating sound. And considering how long you're going to be in these levels, you're listening to like 1 or 2 songs, I'm so worried that people are going to think that my music is annoying. At least there's a mute button. There is a mute button in-game. Or a mute module, I mean. And I think I'm doing a good job of suiting the music to the theme, but I've had much less time to understand the game. It's just like, oh my goodness, it's so much pressure. And it's not from Rover, it's from myself, because I am addicted to, like, positive responses to my work. I am actually addicted to it. I read comments constantly. I made that Patchmaker Gold Soaked Sigma video solely because I wanted to see a comment. Working on Mario 64 music and being partially known for it in this small community is so cool to me. And just the thought that I'm going to potentially mess that up. I don't know about mess it up, but just be like underwhelming to a degree. Like, I guess this is the issue that a lot of people have when they work on a second project that people are seeing, because they have something to live up to at that point. With Patchmaker, I had nothing to live up to except for the other music in the hack, which is a responsibility, but it's the first time I worked on anything. People aren't really expecting me to be as good as something else. I'm lucky enough to have some of the first songs that play in the game, and people like them. But with this, people who played Patchmaker and liked the soundtrack are probably going to be disappointed that this one is not emotionally resonant in the same way. I work with a couple themes and like motifs, and one character motif, but that's it. This isn't a very story-based hack in comparison, it's more mechanical, and I feel like that's not necessarily the realm where I write my best stuff. I'm best at interpreting characters and writing themes for them, and I just feel like not being in that space creatively has been just a bit hard to adjust to. It's so unreasonable for me to be mad about this. But like, I watch Patchmaker Let's Plays too. God, I am addicted to positive reception, aren't I? I listen to their criticism of my music, and sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that's a good thing to point out. Other times it's, why? This is not a Deltarune song. I'm still pissed about that. Not gonna say who said it, mostly because I don't remember. Oh, this is trying way too hard to be Deltarune. It's not, I promise. I promise. I was actually a Deltarune hater for a portion of the development of Patchmaker, simply because I had beef. God, I'm so off track. This isn't for anything. It just is not for anything at all. I don't know why I'm concerned about being off track. Anyways, back to the point of this pointless conversation. If you hear the Mario Module soundtrack, just know I tried my best, and I hope you like it. If you don't, that's fine. There's a mute button. You can listen to whatever and still hear the sound effects in the game. That is my message to you, Mario gamers. Gosh, I hope people aren't mad at me about the samples in this, because they're gonna be annoying. They're gonna be pretty annoying. Not the Mermaid Glade samples, those are cute, but like, I put a big yo sample from a sample pack, and I think it might be grating to some people, but that might be funny if they hate it. I don't want them to hate it though. One day I'll make music for a game, and I'll make money for it, and it'll be wonderful. I hope. That's kind of the dream, honestly, that eventually, whether working on the webcomic helps people see my stuff, or whether working at Mario 64 hacks helps. Mario's Modules is scary because I'm worried that it'll help people see my work too early when it's not even good. I'm worried about that. I just hope that eventually something I help with for free leads me to getting paid. And I know it's a little... I'm not using people as stepping stones. I always feel like a monster for being like, I hope I get paid one day. But no, I love the idea of working on like an indie game soundtrack, or even more than that, but like, that's not gonna happen. But an indie game soundtrack, that could totally happen. I know people that make games. If people like what I do, and they get me on their project, I'd be very happy. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, and I gotta work on actually getting my shit together. Goodness. The Mario's Modules fucking music development history is crazy, isn't it? So I start, and things are going smoothly, and then I'm like, sorry, Rover, I gotta go and have Christmas with my family. And then I do, and then that's probably the last Christmas I'll ever spend with that group, because like, I feel like a couple weeks later, I think this is the first time I'm telling this story in a spot that might be online at some point, just like, my dad and his girlfriend are having this conversation in the living room with this guy I don't recognize. I just overhear them. I think I'm actually writing a Mario's Modules song at the moment. I think I'm writing, it doesn't have a name yet, but right now it's called Modify, which is like the upper floor theme. I'm writing that, and I hear this conversation, and this guy that I don't recognize at all just says something about the Holocaust not happening, and how he doesn't believe that the numbers are real. And my ears perk up, and I like have my headphones half off, and I just listen to him more, and he's just saying bullshit about this. And so I leave the room, I get myself some water, and I meekly ask, like, oh hey, what was it that you said earlier about the Holocaust? I wasn't trying to sound tough, but I sounded like extra weak. And he repeated himself. He did say that I heard him right. So I splashed the water in his face. And he got really mad, of course. I wanted to make him mad, because, I mean, did you hear what he said? Anyways, everyone flipped out, and my stepmom, I keep calling her my stepmom because that's whatever, but my dad's girlfriend, she's just like screaming at me. That was her brother, I guess. She's been a nuisance. Like, she's hated me since I was a small child. I'm not getting into it, but it's just like, oh my god. She got so mad. She showed her true colors because she pretended to be an ally for a while, for some reason. I guess probably because she was trying to say sorry for abusing us. But anyways, she was like, you think I'm being crazy? You think you're a woman? I was mad. Because of course I was mad. That's a bad way to phrase stuff. I keep saying, I was this, because of course I was this. Or because of, did you hear what he said? But anyways, this is unlistenable. What happened after was, he confirmed to me with what he said that he was a Holocaust denier, and on top of that, a neo-Nazi who blames the Jews on everything. So, I got kicked out of the house for that. Yeah, so I closed the project file for the upper floor theme of Mario's Modules, and I packed my bags, and now I'm at my mom's house, still writing the soundtrack. It's so crazy that happened while I was writing Mario's Modules music. That's a good excuse for, hey, why didn't this why didn't this hack come out earlier? And Rover can just say, oh yeah, Apple got kicked out of the house because she spilled water on a guy. He was so bald and pink. He looks exactly like what you think he looks like. Just the pinkest white guy with no hair. And he's like constantly angry. I don't imagine that he's ever been happy. Do you ever get the impression of somebody where it looks like they've never felt happiness? Like they just cause others inconvenience and pain. And he was talking about hurting animals. He was talking about putting cats in the ground because they wander into his property. What a fucking freak. I mean, like, he's he's such a caricature, isn't he? He just like, yeah, I'm a Christian, but not in the way you think. In the way where I'm like, I don't go to church. I just love God, and I think that anyone that doesn't, I can just hurt them as much as I can, as much as I want to while I'm on Earth, because eternal damnation is worse. So, by comparison, I'm a saint. He said something about that, about eternal damnation being the worst thing that you can experience. And he went on to explain that whatever harm he does on Earth is no comparison. It's real. He said that, basically. He's just a caricature of some, like, monstrous weirdo who has no... I don't understand how people like this make friends. It's just a completely different world from what I live in. And it's crazy because it's not a completely different world. It's just so close to me. That guy was invited into the house where I lived and spilling water on the guy who was denying the Holocaust. Oh my god, the Holocaust. Spilling water on the guy denying the Holocaust was bad enough to the people in my house that I'm not allowed in there anymore. I could probably ask. I could probably ask my dad. But isn't that silly? Oh gosh, this is so off track. But yeah, Mario's Modules, the OST, it'll be finished soon. I promise. I'm not gonna make you wait another month. Gosh, I hope that I make it so that the Q1 2026 figure is correct. Or at least mostly correct, because it's towards the end of March right now. I feel like we're a little far, and I feel like that is my fault. So, sorry Rovert. Sorry Rovert fans. Sorry Rovert Nation. Sorry, Mario Luigi SM64. I'm sorry, Kays, for DMing you 2 pictures of Jack's tacos and not answering your DM asking me why I did that. I'm sorry to... I'm sorry, Simple Flips, that you had to make that Patchmaker jump 1,600 times while listening to a song that I made when I was Wait, not 13? What are you talking about? To a song that I made when I was 16, maybe? 70? I don't know. I don't actually know. Anyways, who else am I sorry to? Well, I'm not sorry to the neo-Nazi. I don't know why he's involved in this. Oh yeah, because I was making the song. Oh gosh, that's crazy. I wonder if you listen to the song on the upper floor of Mario's Modules, if you can hear the hate. If I wasn't recording, that's not what I mean. But if you can just feel, like, the visceral hatred in the song, if it somehow, like, his stink entered my computer through the wall, I might have to restart that song, if that's the case. There's just, like, anti-Semitic hidden messages. Don't say... People are gonna believe... There aren't. I'm just making a joke because there was a really bad guy in the house when I wrote that. I'm the queen of making unlistenable audio, which is why you should get me on your hack/game. Ornevelder, that's how you pronounce it. The queen of unlistenable audio that you can't listen to. It's so bad. Who else am I sorry to? I want to apologize more in this video. Audio, whatever. I'm sorry, God, that your most evil baby impeded the progress of Mario's Modules. I'm gonna get my stuff back. My, like, social security card is in that building. And so is my keyboard. So many things. I just need to get back in there. I might just call my dad at some point and be like, hey, I'm gonna grab my things. I don't think he'll care, as long as he's in the house. Imagine if his girlfriend's there. Oh my gosh, that would be funny. She's just gonna be pissed at me, like, what are you doing here? You gotta be such a cornball to have a grudge on, like, a fucking 5-year-old, don't you? Gosh, I'm not gonna give you all the lore. She's just absurd. I think she's funny for a lot of reasons. This isn't making it in, but yeah. If you like my music and you're working on a game and you have progress on the game, don't come to me with a game idea because I am busy a lot and I really, really want to make something based on something and not have to come up with the concept for the game. Hey, if you need somebody to make music for your game and you like my music, you should ask me to make you some. And I might just do it. If you got a good game idea and you are respectful and if you pay me, I'll be happy. I might smile. Also, don't use AI, you fucking weirdo. I'm calling weirdo. I'm calling you a weirdo if you are using AI for anything in your game. Anything at all. I don't give a shit. Any generative AI. No, I'm not being a part of that. Because, oh my god, your code is art. Don't act like you can just skimp out on writing your own code or asking for help on code. AI code is shit, and it makes you look lazy. It reflects poorly upon you, and I'm not gonna make music for a game that's slop, I'm sorry. If you have good ideas, respect yourself and learn to make those ideas happen, or get help. Don't just fucking, hey Grok, make my game. Make it a game where you play as my character, and you run around, and you can swing your sword with the B button. Because Grok is gonna make the worst thing ever. And I know it's not exactly like that. Because, well, actually I don't know, maybe it is. I've never used AI for this. The only time I ever used AI was in fucking, 2023 or 2024, when I was like, oh, this is funny. And it was shitty. And it's shitty now, too. Be creative. What was I on? If you want me to make music for your game, here's the stipulations. You gotta be nice to me. You gotta have clear ideas and clear wants. Because I'm not gonna write your game for you. What you gotta do is you gotta never use AI in your game, because I won't like you. And, what's the last thing? Make sure that I know what the rights thing is for the music, because, I'm fine with making it a free license if it's a free game, or licensing it to you for a commission or whatever. Or just, whatever, it depends. Just make sure I'm aware of it, and that you're not putting my name on stuff I don't want my name on, or anything like that. Make sure to credit me. I guess. That's important. And don't capitalize my name. My username does not have a capital letter in it. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. Oh, this is so... I've been going for 30 minutes? Holy shit. Okay. Hello, I am Ornevelder, and you should get me on your game, or your, other type of project. And my Discord's in the, fucking description. Bye!